A little bit of all chatting. Some wards down here and a D ward for Armel.
A rolling stone. 30 seconds to battle.
D ward, a little bit of an advantage for the Radiant side with that vision. So we'll see how this ends up going. Mid puck up against the mid tiny. Who are you favoring?
With the introduction of the regen rune, water rune, 2 minutes in, then you have a bounty rune, 3 minutes in, another water rune, 4 minutes in. Like, he can't sustain. It's, of course, puck favorite, I would say. I don't think you should be able to die to Tiny. He needs a lot of mana. Also, like, his combo is not going to be maxed out. He's going to get 1 point in free throw. Of course, at the starting level, we'll max out the avalanche, but I don't think you can kill puck.
Unless they get a rotation, and even then, it might be a little bit difficult. I could definitely see Bloomy coming over once he's got, say, level 3. Have a Hex, Earth Spike. Maybe you catch Mac out with an Avalanche toss in that combo. But you were saying in the draft that puck is not the easiest to catch.
They have the tools. They have Duel. Of course, they have one of the best heroes, Lion, with the Hex. So they decided to swap things around a bit. The Razor is... I thought they were going to put the Lion, you know, on the top lane so that they have something to instantly stun him.
Right.
Break that static link. They decided to go with the Grimstroke. So potentially there is like Inkswell, maybe counterplay, and the Stroke of Fate slow could potentially turn things around.
Yeah, Inkswell, Stroke of Fate, definitely a combo to be weary of. That with the maybe like overwhelming odds. Press the attack coming in. CML taking a lot of damage. They've got the static link onto Bach. CML living with just a sliver of health. Not stealing too much damage. Not amazing, just level 1. But it certainly starts to really ramp up.
This is a thief lane on top. They steal your damage, they steal your move speed, steal your attack speed.
What do you have left after that?
And then they start taking your HP.
So not much. Not much left once they steal everything. It's certainly turned to be a pretty productive lane here for Omega.
Mid lane, Mac, he picked up the water rune without the bottle, so not gonna get the full efficiency, while Tiny will bottle it up.
That new fresh bottle, now full of some fresh spring water. Swell runs up Tino, but again, that damage getting sucked away. Gonna hit that hard when you're going after an aggressive play like that. And Sam H needs to be careful thinking about going in onto Gabby. He's got the slow from Shanks. So far for Gabby, just 8-1. So things a little bit difficult for the Spectre down bottom.
HCS. Now she will get the farm eventually. Like Lion started with the boots of speed, so he doesn't have too much regen to offer to his Spectre as well. Boomy will steal.
Money changes.
No, you steal something on the top lane from us, we steal your bounty rune. That's how it goes. Keeping things balanced.
Balancing all things. Tim's coming over, try and help out Armel. Maybe thinking about going in onto this puck. Boomy's still sitting down towards bottom. He does have one in each, the stun and the hex. Sure if that's enough yet to really make a move over towards mid and to protect Gabby, who's certainly struggling at the moment at just 1301, but maybe he starts to get off the ground.
This lane is super strong for Omega. Shanks on a Skywrath Mage, 2 points, and concussive shot. Like, you get close, Centaur with the double edge, with the stomp. Like, there's so much kill potential, and he's working towards that. Vanguard, which seems to be one of the most popular items nowadays on a Centaur. It got a buff in terms of damage reduction and costs 100 gold less.
War has
Ring of
come
health,
to
he had that
Radiant's
extra
bottom
regen to start the
tower.
lane off. He's already regenning at 10.8. feels pretty
Radiant's
strong.
courier
Sam H
has
will
been
just kill a courier. Boomy comes over. They've got the Earth Spike, but Boomy taking a lot of damage. Hex comes through.
There's the rotation.
Boomy might survive this with Tim's coming over, especially the Arcane Bolt will be first blood for Shanks, and now he's under the tower. They've got the X-Roll right on top of Sam H. No stop comes in, but it's not in time. And Centaur will lose his life to Tim's. Shanks is... okay, now gonna TP back. He's sitting under that tier 1 tower for a while.
Yeah, they understand that Bach on the top lane now is not going to have a really good time because there was a rotation from position 4 Grimstroke. I like his itemization in this game. He understands I need to be able to outrun people. Goes for the boots of speed, goes for Windlace.
Already moving at 395 movement speed.
Boomy, rotation on the mid lane. Hex.
Dire
Max
structures
with the Hex. They're going to rotate over the Visage, but it's going to be in time. Avalanche toss. They've gotten the kill on the Max. CML's just too late. Full Assumption thrown over, but that's just not enough damage. He's too slow on the rotation, but TNC, it's a little bit of what we expected. Both supports coming over mid, making a play on Mac, and I mean, they get what they wanted, and they got a kill.
Good rotation there from position 5 Lion. Like Spectre is a bit low on HP, so she needs some kind of a help. They have no regen whatsoever. Lion is bringing a healing salve for Spectre. That's why I said maybe, you know, a Hood wouldn't be a bad choice here. To have some extra regeneration coming out from that little regen.
Right. A little bit of HP regen never hurt anybody, and it's a little bit of an investment that could certainly go a long way. I don't think it's terribly expensive to the point where Gabby's going Hood, and all of a sudden he thinks to himself, man, I'm too slow at the moment. Like, you get that Hood, you get the Blade Mail, and I think, honestly, if the team's in a decent enough spot, you're still good to go.
Haunt is available, so they can potentially make a play on a different side of the map. They have a good setup, you know. Legion Commander is struggling a bit on the top lane, just hit level 5. So I don't think they can kill Dino if he gets static link off on Razor. They can't kill him. Maybe if Legion Commander hits 6.
Potentially. CML taking over mid for a second as Max come over to try and just farm a stack for the moment. Maybe head towards bottom. He does have Dream Coil ready to go, going into that Witchblade first. This is left Armel to just continue to farm. He's got phase boots as well as the bottle. I'm assuming Blink Dagger next, and yeah, he'll queue that up. So Blink Dagger, mobility early here for TNC. If you can get to that Blink Dagger to decent enough timing, and that goes back to the mindset that I had with this lineup where they've got 4 heroes that can keep the lane open for Gabby. Keep the map open.
Gabby sitting at 35 CS. Now still struggling a bit. Oh, he finds the perfect item. Chipped West. Someone finds it for him.
Middle tower is under
It's the dream,
attack.
you know, having that 5 extra HP regeneration and combined with the Blade Mail, like, it's so much damage. Tiny on top of net worth.
Certainly a bit of a buff for that chipped vest.
Oh yeah, big buff.
From 3.5 to 5, like tier 1 item, that's a lot. And the return damage also getting increased. By the way, Sam H went for that Hood. He's also going back to the Vanguard. He's also picked up a chipped vest. So he's getting all the items he's happy about.
Like, there are 3 heroes in this game that just love to have chipped West. You have Legion Commander, you have Spectre, Centaur with the Retaliate. It's just the perfect. They will have to split it, you know. Just get the West.
Top
Yeah.
tower
Rubbing
is
the hands
under
together.
attack. Fallen rocks.
Shovel picked up.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Much like Cordwood before Axe's axe,
starting to come out his way.
Dire's top tower
Bring over
is
Mac
under
again.
attack.
I think he's been hanging out here bottom quite a bit. They've got
Dire's
Tino
top
here too,
tower
but Tino's not
is
working with a
under
lot of
attack.
Mac. So they'll go for this. They're going to go over bottom. Blade Mail already pops the early Blade Mail doing a lot of damage. Got the inswell. Looking over at Sam H. Hit the Hex hits on the Centaur. They've also used that Alchemy with the dual victory too. Avalanche
Could they
comes in
get
on the
him as
map.
well?
Toss, rail away, and finally goes down to Bach. Overwhelming odds is what finishes him off.
Man, Spectre is so tanky. He even put, you know, 1 extra point in dispersion instead of maxing out the Spectral Dagger. It's a lot of damage, you know, and it's still 9 minutes in. This Spectre is such a good pick, actually, for this game.
Puck went in through Dream Coil, and all of a sudden he was down to about a third of his health.
Axe
and started
observes
running away.
carnage underway at Radiant's top tower.
Wait now, I'm not sure if that was totally expected for Spectre to happen, because it's no boots. It's no boots blade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Money changes hands.
Maybe the timing's just the expectation of having a blade mech this early is not there. But it was also big rotations.
Oh
that
yeah,
were
it's very
really nice
hard
from
to
TNC.
click on a hero before you get
Dyer's
to see
middle
what he
tower is
has.
not what it used to be. That is for
People don't click.
certain.
I know some people who don't click. He's gonna get go on and yeah, easy pick up by Mac. Going into Witchblade. Bottom lane. I don't think they can defend this tower. Bach needs to get out. Coil is available.
Oh, there it is. Got the silence, they've got the coil.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
This
structures are
should be the
fortified.
tower. Meanwhile, top tier 1 tower is still standing. It's being pinged out. They
War
have a
has
catapult
come
to work with.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't know if you want to fight into Tiny with Arcane Rune. Like, this is a dream for Tiny.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Omega seems like they will
Much
try to
like
collapse on a
cordwood
mid
before
tower
Axe's
potentially.
axe. Dyer's
Get a pick
top
off there.
tower is under
Go
attack.
for Tim.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
He does have his Soulbind ready to go, but I'm not sure he's going to be a get out of this.
Dyer's top tower
Swell,
is
Arcane
under
Bolt,
attack.
Plasma Field, all coming in.
Radiant's middle
CML gets
tower
credit for the
is
kill.
under attack.
They rotate over Armel. That is not where he wants to be, and they've used the Stampede. Boomy does get another spike off on a Tino, but it's not enough to survive. They've already killed the Lion. Meanwhile, CML does in fact fall to Bach. He's got himself a second victory on the duel. They'll look over at Tino. They're trying to catch up. Armel has Avalanche available. Hits onto Sam H as well as Tino, but they just can't follow it up.
Buyback for nothing. I guess they were expecting the fight to still be there. We didn't see the combo yet from the Grimstroke and Lion. At least Legion is getting a second dual victory.
Yeah.
A bit of a ballsy move there from Tiny. You know, going in, TPing like that after one hero already died.
Into that spot too.
Surprised he managed to get out.
Much like cordwood before Axe's axe.
Went in and in the
Dyer's
trees,
top
and that was
tower is under
honestly a
Radiant's
spot I
middle
think TNC
tower.
were aware Omega were in. It's not like
Dyer's top
Oh my God,
tower
they
is
just showed
under
up.
attack.
they were taking that tier 1 and taking that fight before he TP'd. Coil used. Back over mid, Mystic Flare. Look at the damage on a Bach. They'll get a quick kill. Avalanche toss, a return on the Shanks. They've got a haste on this Tiny.
It's so good when you're controlling the runes with Tiny, when you get those up. I think a good example is yesterday's game where Alliance like had all the runes.
Avalanche toss, the finger comes in. CML ends up dead. And we'll see if they can get out of this without taking many casualties. It looks like Tim's and Boomy are both going to fall on this. Boomy, the first one to drop on TNC, and Tim's falls into the grave as CMH gets the kill. They want this. They'll look over back. Avalanche cannot get out. Press the attack onto the Spectre. They'll look over the Tiny once again. They've got the silence. The Ancient Seal. Is it going to be enough? Looks like Armel might give up his life for this, and the Arcane Bolt comes through and does the deed. Armel giving up a 4-time spree for this Skywrath Mage.
I believe that was a finger on 10 HP Wizage there. Also, that's not the hero that you want to focus with the finger.
No.
That was the first finger usage. Infinite scaling lineup, you know, so you gotta get those stacks up as soon as you can. Lion, Legion Commander. Also, I think it's a big bait for Legion Commander to get Blade Mail here as a first item. Like, your job, it doesn't make you tankier, you know. On Spectre, it's fine, you know, going in, taking up that damage because she has a dispersion. But I think Pipe is just too good to miss out. because your job is not to go in and deal damage. You still have people to, you know, burst them down with the lion, with the shiny. There's a ton of magical damage inside the duel. You just need to be able to go in and not care about their damage. So a bit of a missed opportunity. I think this is was a big bait, and he got it. He scored on it.
Low and doesn't survive the Dream Coil in his way. A lot of damage going on to Armel. They've got the Dream Coil down. He'll snap it, and with the Soul Assumption and the Illusion Lord, CML gets the trade. They still want Tim's.
Radiant structures are
Stroke
fortified
of Fate
with
comes
12
through inside the
important
team as well as
vitamins and
CML.
minerals.
Bot moving forward, but not close enough. Do you think maybe he's going Blade Mail because he wants to deter a Mystic Flare right on top of him? I mean, is that even enough to deter a Mystic Flare? It's so much damage. Like, it's
No,
not even-
I mean, you can still die because
Yeah,
you're taking full damage.
Yeah.
If you get, you know, Hood, you don't die. You can easily reset multiple times in a team fight.
Money changes.
This is one, you know, I don't want to sound too harsh, but this is one of those kind of game-losing item builds where I don't know. It's just, you know, after seeing what like Yang did with the Legion Commander yesterday, like
The bar's
seeing
been
Legion,
set.
yeah, the bar has been set pretty high.
Rolling out.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. Swell, should get away. Going Aether Lens first on this Grimstroke after the Arcane Boots, so we'll have that extra cast range. We'll be able to sit back a little bit further.
Oh, you definitely need that item on a hero because the hero feels, you know, almost unplayable if you don't have the lens.
Getting in
They
too
have some
close.
really good heroes to jump in with. You have Spectre, you have Tiny, even Legion Commander. So a lot of value coming out from that Inkswell.
First item, BKB for this Razor.
Not for myself.
And it's not even a 10-second BKB.
Like, it's not that fresh 10 seconds. That's for sure. Tim's in trouble, chased. And there's Tino from the other side.
My
We're
brush.
actually just going to leave him to Tino.
I will see you.
We had the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under
Does it
attack.
feel weird? Can't say 10-second BKB anymore?
Yeah, because it's been there forever.
That's the line. It's the go-to line. Picks up that 10-second
oh,
BKB.
he just used a 10-second BKB. Yeah, it's now it's a 9-second BKB.
He was scared of illusion. He popped the 10-second BKB.
You also can't say, you know, the BKBs are down to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Don't
attack.
allow me to fake hype BKBs as much anymore.
Dire's middle tower
10
is
seconds
under
seems so much
attack.
longer than 9.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, 2 digits.
Dire's middle tower is not what it used to be.
Yeah, but
That
the good
for
thing
sure
is, you
has
know,
come to
6
Radiant's bottom
seconds, 9
tower.
seconds. Also, like, these 2 numbers go well together.
Yeah. Just flip over. For a second, but Boomy now gets the Earth Spike out. Got the Dream Coil down, they got the kill on the Shanks as well. Sam H to look over at CML, they're gonna try and chase with Gabby. These familiars maybe looking to catch up so they can throw down a stun, but I don't think they're available. They're just coming off cooldown and able to drop down right on top of the Spectre, but CML still dies, so does Mac.
Trying to get rid of the birds. We'll get 1, we'll get 2.
Get a chunk of gold.
Yeah, this is pretty big. You know, Omega's lineup is pretty mediocre going into mid game and late game, and
Dire's
it's
middle tower
already
is
even.
under attack.
Like just seeing the scale
Dire's
capability,
structures are
you
fortified.
did not manage to kill Spectre, not even once. Once you get that Manta style,
Dire's
it
middle
also
tower
opens
is
up a
under
possible
attack.
Roche for them if they win the next fight. An ability to get rid of the silences, get rid of the slows. This could be a bit tricky. You know, they're overstaring the welcome, and they get the tower.
Avalanche toss. Shanks just gets blown up. They're gonna go after Armel. They've left him alone for a second. Overwhelming odds comes out, stealing a lot of damage. Tino with an extra 174. Killing that back at Armel with Plasma Field. Swell still running. He's super tanky. The BKB's been popped by Tino. The 9-second BKB coming out from this Razor, and it gets him nothing. So now they
start to turn. They've got the Hex, they'll have the duel. It's out on a map. Figure to follow it up. Do they have the damage to finish him off? Yes, they do. Winner, chicken dinner. And they'll go after Tino. They've got the Avalanche with the toss. He's on the run, but not quick enough. Dominating now for Armel, looking over at CML, because he's got no mana to work with. They've got the Spectral Dagger. Got a lot of bars on that Soul Assumption, but no way to throw him, and that will be a double kill for Armel, and right to Roach they go. Yeah, that's what I just said. You know, they get the one good more fight. They can turn that into Roach. They have the damage coming up from the Spectre, and the newly bought Manta style. Armel did so much work in that fight. He had the regeneration in the bottle, survives like 20% HP, resets, good spike on a puck. They get the kill. I don't think TNC can lose this game, even though it's a 3k gold lead. Considering the lineup that they have and what they're playing against, it's just not doable. You know, even with a bit of a fountain dive that seems to be very popular these days, I just don't think this game's throwable at all.
Spectre already going for the Scotty, has that Aegis to work with. It's tough, but Spectre's already at that point where find a fight.
They didn't manage to bring her down even once.
3-0 and 8.
And now with Aegis, you just don't have enough. Like once Tiny gets his BKB, you have no abilities that go through Magic Immunity.
It's gonna be tough.
Like this Razor is just gonna keep falling off. Razor as a hero, he needs to be able to scale, keep fighting with the team, because his late game is just non-existent compared to some other like top tier carries.
Yeah, certainly not that great. He went first item BKB, now he's going into a Yasha. Like, it just does not feel there's much of a presence from that Razor. He even got 174 stolen damage in that last fight, and it still felt like he was tickling the Tiny.
Before Axe's axe, Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Dude, Tiny is sitting at 27 armor when he's near tier 2 tower.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Yes. It's always fun to watch Tiny's armor too. It just says 0+, where he's got. Do the easy math. Gloat about it. It's 22. X comes in. Avalanche toss. Shank's dead again. He gets shanked. They've got the duel out on the Razor. Should have a second, and they will. So Tino, he goes down. Box got 70 duel damage. He's really starting to ramp up that number.
If Dyer's middle tower was
Comes
worth
down
a
to
damn,
maybe a little bit
it
of a
would
different
still be
style play on the
standing.
Legion commanders. Like Yang, he went pipe. He went a little bit more. I just want control with my duels. Here, I think Bach
Radiant's top
more
tower
looking
is
towards
under
getting that duel
attack.
damage. With that blade mail, you try to secure the duels
I would still
as
prefer
much as you can.
fight there. At least it could to be able to soak up some damage.
The dire structures
He
cannot
survived, because the rest of the team is also, you know, playing really well.
Radiant's top tower
Lion
is
has a
under
blink
attack.
dagger. Like these items are just so valuable. Grimstroke, Lance Storm into full staff, which I really like against the Razor. Push people out of the trouble. Like Omega, they're just not playing Dota at the moment. It's just like random feeds on the map while TNC is gonna choke them out. I would definitely not be surprised if Omega just calls out an early GG, because they know, like teams like this, they play a lot of pubs. They have experience. They know if you see a lineup like that, you did not succeed to win the early game, you know it's just gonna get tougher over time.
It's like me and my pubs. Gives up first blood. I know at this point it's over.
Oh yeah, it's already done. You know, I missed one C. For me, you know, people might laugh, but one of the, if I'm playing, you know, any core and I miss the first CS, you know, it's a bad feeling. If I kill the first CS, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be such a good game. You know, I'm setting myself up for a really good one.
I don't CS because I'm usually just the 5 position. Trying to be the moral.
Do you ever like steal it on purpose and then like, sorry man, you know, I was just trying to deny misclick?
I don't do it like
it
that.
It sounds like something you would do, you know.
Wow, I didn't know that's what you thought about me. Sometimes I'll like, if I don't think they're gonna get the CS, I'll grab it. Gets followed by a berating of, dude, why are you stealing my CS? And
a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, what was this? You
Report AA. To be all I play these days. I do love that hero though. More of that.
You kind of expected to get a bit more buffs in the previous patch, didn't you? But
Everybody thinks it's just super strong. I just want more buffs. I actually just think
Dyer's top
the ag should
tower
be
is under
reworked.
attack.
I
yeah,
just
the
don't
ag
think
doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Can
sense
take
for the
all
hero.
the hurt. Radiant towers are fortified. Just much like cordwood
Make
before
him have
axes
2
axe.
charges on the
Dyer's
blast.
top tower is under attack.
That would be so strong.
Radiant's bottom
Just hit him
tower
once,
has
hit the fountain,
fallen.
can't heal, hit
That
him
was not
twice
Dyer's
after.
top tower has
Fire
fallen.
pressure.
Hit him 2 more times. No, we just have to stop. A bit of a pause.
TNC are on the
Dyer's
hunt,
top
though.
tower is under attack.
Their Healy suits on. They're looking for something.
You know when they say stats don't lie, like numbers don't lie, math is always correct, blah, blah, blah. Like this time around, it's a 5k gold lead for TNC, but it feels like it's much more. Like in my book, the way I'm reading this game, this is a 15k gold lead for TNC.
So the numbers are on.
Yeah, in this one at least.
Okay. Deny that. Avalanche coming through, no toss. BKB's been popping up on the bit. Tino, do they have the damage? He's taking a lot of damage here and might even die. Tino goes down first. They've got the soul line as well as the hex on both the center as well as the punk. They're looking over as back. Oh, 3-man stun. That came in. It's a ravage onto everybody. And they're going to take out back. They'll look over at CML. They've got the whip onto Sam H. They'll slow him down, but he's not the target at the moment. They're looking for this Visage and potentially even Shanks. Lincoln, Avalanche, Toss coming through the earth spike. They'll get the kill on a CML. That's injured on the side of Smart Omega. Well played by TNC. Maybe not getting everything they wanted, but
Dyer's
certainly
middle
still
tower
winning
is under
the
attack.
fight
by quite a margin.
X sheds a tear
It's
for
problematic
Radiant's
for Omega
career.
because they don't have enough damage. They have nothing against the BKBs. Everyone is super tanky. All these items are starting to pile up. On TNC side, 4-stack
Dyer's
on
middle
Grinch
tower has fallen.
just needs to use the courier. His courier died. Like, Centaur is tanky, but they're doing a very good job on TNC where they just ignore the Centaur. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, we don't care too much about you. We're gonna clean up the rest, and if you're alive, we're gonna kill you as well.
Right.
Also, I would love to see leading commander picking up the shard. Just that 1.75 second BKB could turn things around. Material damage on bottom. We'll also use the finger.
The start of your suffering.
And they ripped through him so quickly. How many stacks is that? 4?
490 damage on Legion commander on top of that.
Infinite scaling.
All they need is Budge and Silencer for true infinite scaling lineup.
But I want to see just the infinite scaling lineups at all times. Armel now picking up that Hyperstone, so his right click's coming in pretty hard, pretty quick.
Armel has been boss this game. On Tiny, going in and out, playing a bit too aggressive at the early stages, but it doesn't matter, you know, because you have Spectre. You can afford to go for plays like that,
Right.
where you go like, man, we just need to buy time, because Spectre, they have no real answer for it. They have no Silver Edge carriers, they have no break abilities. It's just that Spectre is way too problematic. 5-0-11, Manta style, Eye of Scotty also done into a patch at level 21, extra 400 HP from that talent. Yeah, I just, like, they have no percentage-based damage on top of that, so they have no
War
tools
has come
whatsoever
to
to deal with
Radiant's
Spectre.
bottom tower.
Basher, AC picked up for this Razor. Finally a second item there for Tino.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Looking
attack.
towards that shard, you've got Neon Disc almost finished for the Lion.
Neon Disc on Puck. So that's gonna help out against the initiation coming up from Lion, Duel,
X.
Tiny.
And now you're spiked followed up, being swell, trying to stick with him. They've got the duel, and this gets popped. And Finger, Avalanche Toss, they'll get the kill, so 110 damage. And then 5 stacks for Boomy. They're scaling. They're doing that thing that they do.
They don't necessarily need to rush things. They could potentially go for second Roche, which will respawn in a minute, and then just close out the game. It also gives you the shard. They have some really good shard carriers this time around. Like Tiny could potentially take it, where you have no charge limit on the tree grabs. Spectre also potentially, but I think they will prioritize either Legion Commander or give it to Tiny. Grimstroke has one queued up. It's also S tier shard, but as a position 5, maybe you do not want to give it to him. So just spend your money as a 5 on items. Big boys will get the free ones.
Yeah, Armel's shard would be good. He's already got the Hyperstone. Like, you're giving him that extra attack speed to have the tree grab, not have a limit. Like, that feels like the proper shard giving. Still just 16 seconds till Roche is back up. Vision over on Boomy. They know that they're posturing. And I think Omega are gonna feel forced to have to smoke and make a move to try and defend this. We're in ward vision for just a split second. Disc picked up for the Lion. $7K lead right now for TNC. Roche back up. They're into the pit. Here we go.
Let's see if they want to smoke. There is one smoke on Skywrath Mage. They're just not contesting.
It's rough to try and get in there.
But if you want to take it, like, you need to risk it. Otherwise, you're just giving them free Roche, so that's cheese ages, plus the shard. Not sure how you plan to fight after that. They should have taken this Roche fight.
They're actually giving the Spectre the shard. Meanwhile, CML, he's dead to Armel. So, not Tiny, not Legion. Ends up being the Spectre, giving that extra dispersion.
It's a good shard, but I don't think there is much value in this game. Like, if you're playing against something with global presence, let's say like Zeus uses ulti, you jump on top of him straight away, possibly Nature's Prophet, any kind of instant damage that can hit you in the last 8 seconds. Would still prefer either Tiny or Legion Commander. Legion Commander also not going for the shard. It's just so good, because like when you win the duel, it also procs again, press the attack, so it gives you a smaller BKB. Budget BKB, whatever we want to call it.
Although budget BKB did get a boost because full price BKB can't be that much longer. Silent Stream Coil coming through. That's on the 2. They're going to kill on a Tim. They're going to use the Stampede. The Haunt comes out. They're trying to find a target to go after. Samage first hit bash. All right. That's unfortunate.
Blank.
Gabby
still
trying to get the kill.
But he's too slowed. And there's no way he's getting out of this.
He's not getting out. Poplin though. He's low, but
He's
not
thinking
dead
about
just
going
yet.
in. He's thinking
Go for it.
Duel
edge? No time for the duel.
He had the time. He was just afraid. You know, the Tiny's not gonna back him up.
Should have went in before.
They're still in this game, you know, playing, but the game feels pretty rough. It's just that they have no answers for Spectre. They don't even have answers for Tiny anymore, who's 15-12, going in once again. Like the dodge time. Pay attention. This is how you play Tiny. Any kind of, I think he's thinking about finger. Maybe he got out of the range. This is how you play any playmaking mids, where you have a ton of kill potential.
Middle tower is
Just
not what
carry
it
that
used to
dust.
be.
Most of the
That is for
people
certain.
would have the bottle instead in the inventory. But since he knows there's a Glimmer Cave, he will fight it out for himself.
Right. So, always being ready, always having that dust.
You can even see Spectre having one dust, just in case like she needs to get a good jump.
Beauty Radiant hides behind
Yeah, pretty much everybody's holding dust in the core roll. Mac was under that ward. They knew exactly where he was. They just couldn't get there in time.
You know, next time someone flames you because you're not having a dust on a support, especially if you're someone who needs to stay further behind, you know, not get close, feel free to quote me that your carries, your mid laners should carry a dust.
Dire's
Okay, lead.
bottom
What does that feel
tower
like
is
now?
under attack.
If 5 was 12. What is 12?
Do we just add 7, or is it like
Dire's bottom
percentage?
tower is
Yeah.
taking many wounds.
2%? Link Avalanche. Looking over at CML. Maybe thinking about getting that duel. It's already time to blink now. Comes in. They'll get the kill on the CML. They'll look over to Papa BKB. They're going to chase after Armel. He's got the static link on him, but he'll be tossed. Jesus, available. Gets tossed away. Armel, as the cheese heals up, and so far just one now. A second with Shanks going down. Blink quick stop as well. The double edge on the booty, but he's just not enough damage. They'll look over now. Again. Soulbite comes in. There's the finger with the Phantom's Embrace. They've got the silence. They'll get the kill on Tino. They'll look over at Mac, who's in the pit. He's not Roche. He's certainly easier to kill than Roche. The question is, can they stay on top of him? Mac gets hit with that avalanche. Tosses in. Not enough damage just yet. Press the attack. Surviving for now. Mac maybe going after Armel to get the kill, but he finally gets out of there with the illusory orb. However, phase shift, illusory orb, blink, south, and strong fate.
Ooh. Wasn't on point. Meanwhile, like Spectre with the double damage, Aegis will just go
Dire's middle
for the high
tower is
ground.
under attack.
They don't have enough. Spectre is also level 25, extra 5% dispersion.
Like axe, the dire structures cannot be
And trying to hold soul assumption protect up there. So that was a mistake. Mac has made a mistake and gone after Gabby. We will immediately tip, and maybe Sam H has made a mistake too, because he's got the Aegis, he's got Blade Mail to
He
pop
wants to
it,
use it,
still
but
go
needs to
after
be
him.
careful. They're timing it nicely. 5 seconds until Aegis is gone. Can they time it perfectly?
He's backing off. That's the wise decision.
And regeneration kicks in. It's always delayed by like 2-3-ish seconds.
And Sam H will stop being swell on him. The duel is there. They'll lock down Sam H. They'll get the kill. Pock with another duel victory. Double kill. CML
is under
falls.
attack. Dire's middle
Like the
tower
end
has
tier
fallen.
smart
Do not
Omega.
slay that.
They just could not outsmart their opponents on this one.
War has been declared on Dire's middle tower.
They'll look over at Shanks. They're all getting corralled back into the base with no answer and no way to follow this up. Without the puck, they're without the
Dire's top
centaur.
tower is under
They're
attack.
trying to defend the tier
Heaven
3.
or hell, Dire's top tower is in
Mailbox, once again, they've got the avalanche. They just don't have the vision onto Shanks. Penetrate out onto CML. He's trying to run. Inkswell will pop right on top of the Visage, who's saved via the force staff for now.
You know what I always say when it's time to call it? It is time to call it.
The wise words over time. That's one of those things. That holds itself up as Tino finally dies and the GG is called. It's time to call it. It's time to call it.
It is. A great performance by TNC. A great round. They had no answer for Spectre. Omega's lineup, they needed to stay like 5k gold ahead 15 minutes in to be able to make this type of a lineup work.